So a lot of things have happened since the last time we did an update. I know y'all saw some videos of the 55. It came back for, well, a short story on it. You know, we're getting this thing ready so his kid could take to prom. This was Mark's dad's car, and the son wanted to take it to prom. So we did a motor swap and a bunch of upgrades to it. But, you know, we kind of ran out of time because, you know, prom was coming, essentially. So it's back. We're getting AC going on it now, tinting the windows, and we're going to take it to Sam's to get tuned over at Amp Performance. Steve was messing with AC. We had some things wrong underneath the dash, but then we also found out that we had a bad controller out of the box. Steve talked to Raleigh yesterday, and we're going to get it handled, but we actually had another one here, so he's swapping that out, see if we can get the AC going. Colin did the tint last night, so we just got to make time to take it to the tuner. Working on my truck a little bit. The exhaust is a big deal on this one. I'm trying to get it to the point where I can get it back into the body shop before too long. So Keenan's been working on that this week. I need the fuel tank, which I've got the fuel tank mounted, fuel lines ran, trans cooler done. I got a handful of other little controllers to finish up, mounting and getting everything situated. Once all that's done, bumpers on, everything fits, I can at least take the bed off. I can start body working or finish body working the bed while we do some wiring. And then hopefully the next month or so, I'll be able to put this thing into the body shop full time so I can make some progress, because our little SEMA trip's gonna catch up to us really, really fast. We tried a couple different things on the exhaust. I didn't want to come over the transmission on the driver's side, so we're looping under kind of like how factory does, but not in the factory spot, because of the four-wheel drive drive shaft is going to be an interesting ordeal to make on this anyways. So it's coming together, and then we're doing the Borla Crossfire X-pipe, and then the muffler I had picked out was bigger than that because I'm trying to keep the truck as quiet as possible. We had a Flow Monster in there, but it was too big and it was going to hit our drive shaft. So we went to a smaller muffler, which is that Flow FX, and it has an X pipe in it also. So we got double X.
This is a Z pipe. This is an X pipe, and we were going to put a Y pipe in it.
So now we have an X, Y, and Z. This is the XYZ exhaust. Keenan's had to change up a couple times because I keep changing my mind and wanting to try different things. So, but it turned out cool. I think once it's all finished, it's going to be one of probably my favorite ones. I'm excited to see what it sounds like. I've never done that Borla thingamajigger on there. We usually use bigger resonators than we did, but we don't have a bunch of room. Even the truck being this big, with the transfer case and everything and the way the frame's built, we didn't have a lot of room to put what we normally put on it because it can't hang down. Anyways, it's gonna be cool. So once he's finished with that, we can move on to the wiring, which will be hopefully next week. We've been working on the Camaro a little bit. AC's installed. It got a Vintage Air Gen 5 system in it. It was a numbers matching car, but kind of a loose numbers matching car. The motor was numbers matching to the car, but there's some things on it that aren't quite right. The top's the wrong color, the seats are the wrong style. So it wasn't that huge of a deal. Customer, it's got a 396 in it, and he wanted to fix the oil leaks, but the whole thing was oil leaking. So I told him the only way I'd be willing to even attempt to fix the oil leaks on it with no guarantee would be to pull the motor out. And since it was out, we decided to strip it. So we chemical stripped the motor, cleaned everything up, and we actually base coat and clear coated the engine, and I'll show that to y'all. So we're kind of just waiting to put the motor in, which will be next week. So we pulled the motor out of the booth because we're about to paint some Bronco parts, but this is all cleaned. And then we put on, from the factory, they painted over everything, but there's some things I didn't want to paint over. Like I didn't want to paint over the thermostat housing bolts. I didn't want to paint over the water pump bolts, just so that they're still serviceable. Fingers crossed that this paint will actually help seal up this motor a little bit, maybe. We'll see, but it's just an old 396. It looks like it's pretty fresh though. I mean, it's not all jacked up, so somebody had restored the car a while back.
Yeah, the engine looked like it was in good condition when Steve pulled it apart.
They did a terrible job on painting it last time. That was one of the biggest issues with everything else that was going on. We upgraded to an aluminum water pump on it. Hopefully that'll help out with some cooling issues maybe, but we'll put that on there. We painted it. We smoothed it up just a little bit so it kind of looks Factory S.
Looks good.
Yeah. So the Bronco, we can do an update on that once we get it over there. But this thing's been, it's all painted and buffed. All we got to do is kind of glaze it now. It's not like what we call like final, but it's all hard cut. I'm going to paint some more parts on it. Hopefully in the next maybe couple weeks that we'll have this thing with doors, fenders, windshield frame, and top on it. The top's ready to paint too, but I don't want to paint the top so it's not sitting around until we get the windshield frame and the doors set, because then we'll put the top on. Customer said he'll probably never ever take the top off. So I want to set everything with the top on and be done with it, and then we don't have to mess with it again.
Yeah, I feel like the last 2 months on this has been just nothing but wet sand and
cutting and buffing.
Yeah.
Because it's, we're wet sand and buffing the inside of the doors, the door jambs, the whole thing. It's been a lot of work. And as small as it is, there's a whole lot to buff. I'll tell you that. It's a little.
There's a lot of like little, I feel like a lot of intricate and hard to get places where I've seen you or Nick or whoever with like finger sanding.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It hadn't been fun. We're partners with Rupes, and they came out and brought a bunch of new machines, went over some things with us that only helps. It's like, even though we buff a lot and I feel like we're experts at it, it's always nice to get a tune-up from the manufacturer. So they brought a bunch of machines. We tried them all out. We had a blast with them and learned a few things. So it's nice. And the new machines they got are really killer too. So that's a plus. I can talk to you after I'm done talking like an adult on this.
Hang on.
Well, if I held on for you, then I gotta stop doing what I'm doing.
Send me pictures on your phone of the UTV stuff when you're done.
Okay. So we got fenders. The fenders were a boo-boo on our side. We were sanding. And see that dark color? That's a screw up to sand it through. So I think somewhere along the way, I either got maybe a sealer, little sag, but it's in the exact same spot on both fenders, and we were sanding it flat. It burned through on both little sides. Bummer. Not a huge deal. It'll just be a little. So everything else is good. They've all been flattened out. So I'll spray a little color on these and then just re-clear them. But now we're going to paint the hood, tailgate, and windshield frame. Because we need those parts done so we can do the top. The doors are done. They're in the detail bay next door. They're kind of just ready to go on, but I left them over there because it's safe. And then the last car we've been working on is the Galaxy. Steve and Canton have been doing wiring and exhaust. All of that is out of it, but you can kind of see the exhaust here. It's 2.5. It's a naturally aspirated motor, so we're not super worried about the sizing of it. We wanted to put a supercharger on this car so the customer, but with this fast track chassis, they put it over the body so much, everything's kind of crammed up. The motor is really close to the hood as it is, so we couldn't put like a positive displacement blower, like a root style blower on it. And then we wanted to potentially do a Pro Charger or something on it, but there's no room in it for an air-to-air intercooler, so it didn't work out. So unfortunately, this is one of very, very few cars in the last 10 years, probably one of 2 or 3 that haven't left here with the correct amount of horsepower, unfortunately. But the exhaust is pretty rad on it. It comes down the tunnel, which is super tight. And you can kind of see here, he's got his resonators in here with his bellows, so it kind of gives a little flex, obviously. But then it comes down, the drive shaft's above it. It comes down, then kicks out and goes over the rear end. And then I wanted the mufflers. So like even new cars nowadays, everybody for sound resonation and everything else puts the mufflers at the back of the car. So we wanted to do the same thing. These are Borla. So we did everything Borla on this one. This will be our first car to do full Borla. So it's got Borla resonators, Borla, whatever that trick little
that Z pipe is what he called it.
Yep. And then these are actually their mufflers for Coyote engines. So we had to, for them to fit back here and up, we couldn't stand them up, couldn't go here. So he cut a pocket out in the quarter panel. I'll give you some light here. You can kind of see there's a pocket in there, and that allows the muffler to be in there so we can still wrap the muffler and make sure that everything's not getting too hot. And then we just kick them down right at the end of the bumper. Fuel system's in it. Tank's done. It's got an Aeromotive single 340 pump in it. Like I said, it's NA, so we didn't need dual pumps. And they've they're working on finishing up the fuel lines, the power and ground. We got to do the battery in it. We got a few things left to do on it. It's getting really, really close to going back into the body shop. And then, I say not even in the body shop, it'll come off the chassis, and then we'll body work and paint the bottom side of the car. Chassis will all get powder coated, assembled, minus brakes and everything, but then the body will get put back on. Then we'll fit everything. It goes into the body shop. That way the car never has to come back off of the chassis again, because that's where you kind of run into issues with misalignment, or, you know, putting a hardtop car on a rotisserie is scary anyway. It's like kind of like doing a convertible. You know, you got to put a lot of bracing in it to make sure you don't buckle the roof or move anything. And we got a lot of time in lighting all the panels up, so we want to make sure when it goes on for the last time that it is staying and we're good. So
I'm hoping the next update we have on this, we could just get a little sound bite of it firing up.
we're not really far off. If we
No.
can get some power to it, some fuel ran up to it, and then button up some of the wiring, I mean, it won't be 100%, but I think we can bust it off and kind of see what it sounds like at least.
That'd be exciting. I like the Borla exhaust stuff.
Yeah. And last, I'll show you my most recent ADHD addiction. But it's, what'd you call it earlier?
A health hobby.
Yeah, a health hobby.
It's a way to justify the expense.
I'd love to say I'm the guy that goes to the gym. I'm not going to go to the gym. I don't have time for it. I want to keep moving. So the only way to keep moving is to keep moving. So this is the one I got yesterday. I originally started with the orange one. And then my wife and son both rode it. And they said, oh, that's kind of fun. Yeah, my wife's like, it'd be fun to ride. And so I was like, well, I could buy you a bike. And then we could ride around the neighborhood. And then whenever Luke wanted to go ride with me, he could go to the trails with me. And, you know, it could be like both y'all's. But that way I could justify getting another bike. So that one is a Specialized Turbo Levo Gen 4 Comp Carbon. Long name.
Yeah, that is basically a electric mountain bike.
Yeah. And by electric, it's just power, pedal assist. Like there's no throttle. Like to move, you still have to pedal. It doesn't move on its own.
Yeah, when you first got it, I thought you just bought a fancy e-bike, and I was like,
Yeah.
bro, But then I rode it, and I was like, oh yeah, no, it works your legs.
Oh yeah, it definitely works your legs.
And the second you stop pedaling, it feels like a bike. It starts to decel.
Yeah, it decels quick. So it's, could you shut up? We're making a video here, man. You're just clankety.
I'm trying to clean.
No, you're, what, I don't,
Well, I just put it in there.
oh my God. All right. We don't know.
Okay.
That's Connor, the new cleaning guy,
What's going on, guys?
replaced Austin, who
Carry on. Good luck.
didn't get a job at Lockheed, but settled for the next best one
Hobby Lobby.
as a framer. So if any of y'all need,
If anybody needs picture frames, Austin can probably get you a smoking deal on one over at Hobby Lobby
Probably.
in Burleson. So that's that one. Michaela, get in your hole. So that's this one. Then I was like, oh, I'll buy this one, and I'll upgrade, because then by the time I upgrade this one and do everything I wanted to do, it'd be more expensive than this bike. So this is a 25 Specialized Turbo Levo Gen 4 Pro. They're both carbon fiber frames, but this one's got carbon fiber wheels, carbon fiber bars, and then some other little doohickeys that I don't know anything about that are upgrades.
you know what the most impressive thing of this whole little segment was? Is that you remember the full model name of this, but you can't remember the name of most of your employees.
Who? Those guys? Yeah. They don't bring me as much joy. Yeah. R1, R2, R3. So that's really it. Got into biking. I'll let y'all know when I get out of this and the bikes are for sale.
Oh yeah, definitely let me know.
See y'all later.